Share, but my mom drove all the way down from Long Beach land, but not right now. How is everybody doing?
I'm trying to get back from where you took me.
Are you? Did you go somewhere?
I went.
Cool. Where did you go?
Aunt Kate, Grandma Rosie.
Aunt Kate, Grandma Rosie. You didn't make those names up either. I know you didn't, because it's a real Aunt Kate. It's a real Grandma Rosie.
XB and Unity.
Ooh. We have an XB and Unity in our clan. You might not have one of those. Right. I'm sure there's only one XB in you. So this poem I wrote, and I'm going to share the backstory that I don't, as a general rule, like to do, but we're nice and cozy, so I can do that right now. So I did this thing called, for Russell Simmons, called All Deaf Digital, and it aired like on his YouTube channel or whatever, and a bunch of people had all these comments to make, and I did myself the disservice of going down the rabbit hole of comments. Because people had things to say that had nothing to do with right? Had nothing to do with the poem. Like, it was a bunch of, that fat bee, I was a bunch of fat bees. And then I was like, you know what? You know who else was a fat bee? Oprah was too. So, I'll be that. I'll be that. And then when I Googled the people calling me fat bees, I didn't know them. They didn't show up on nothing. So I created a whole poem. And it began, "Dear Hider," in a comment box. Who asked you? And I could have ended it there, but I didn't. So we're not going to read that version, but this is an excerpt from that. This is the high road of that. Right. I actually searched. I was like, okay, who is I Be Sexy 99? See, they're nowhere. They are nowhere to be found. But people get real comfortable behind their computer screen and everything I have to say. The only thing you know is that I'm a fat bee. I'll be that. And I looked, I was like, Oprah was one 99 times. So I'm like, I really have 90 more to go. The way I look at it, I'm well on my way. The way I look at it, I'm well on my way to success. The way I see myself right now. I know the world will not slow down no matter how fiercely I stretch my fist to the sun. I know the fire next time is now. I know that all the babies are mine, that we are all homeless if one is sleeping on the street. And I know how to pray. I know that I am always praying. No matter the words you think you hear, I am always in conversation with spirit. See, we converse like two old women on a Mississippi wooden porch, chipped paint, headscarves, sweet tea, dogs barking at strangers, flies at our feet. I know God like that. Don't you?
Yes.
I know there are moments we have to decide to be as beautiful as we really are, because being beautiful is a decision. Kindness is a decision. Poetry is a decision. Love is a decision. I know that we are resilient and fragile and broken and weak and fabulous. I know that we are the strongest, fragile, broken, weak, fabulous history has known. I know that we are a denim people who clean up well in the wash, who are focused and afraid. I know that we have swallowed our voices in fear and rage and joy long enough. I know that we do not fit in or out, that we are heavily hued and magical, textured and raw, that we are roar and whisper and breathy, and intuition and fire, that we are body people, baby, drumming and bass people, wood and sand, flame and chocolate of all these hues. And I know the bravery it takes to hang on to hope. I know that I will take my last breath one day. This is not an if. But before I do, I'm going to tell these stories so shut up in my bones I drag around like wet towels, sopping up tears my grandmother's mother's mother passed down. Stories that come to me in the night from folks I don't know, ain't got nothing to do with me except they know I know how to get a prayer through and a story straight. I know the further we separate ourselves from each other is the further we separate ourselves from ourselves. You think I don't know my own face when I see it? You think I ain't walking around on your feet with your hands and thighs? Those are my knees and teeth. These are your lips and lungs. I know that we are all one. What does it matter, all this good I have, if heavy on your mind, so muddy you can't inhale longer than you blink? What good are fancy dresses and red-bottom shoes if they about to cut off her father's feet? I know sometimes the clouds get low. I know there are days I feel stuck in a mass of sadness and fear and anxiety. Sudoku, my brain's so math, I forget the numbers to dial, but I know how to reach. I know how to be still. I know how to rock and sing. I know how to cry. I know how to remember how good God's been to me. I know how to wave hand. I know how to give thanks. I know how to close eyes, and I know how to know that clouds pass. I know ain't none of this easy, so I know how to give you me when the clouds come to you. I know therapy sessions should be held at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles over grits and eggs and fish, prayed over by a greasy hand man with a handkerchief across his forehead. I know that. I know that food ain't free, but I know how to cut mine in four so we can all eat. I know it's up to you. I know it's up to me. I know I am learning how to forgive. I know that forgiveness does not mean that the stories won't rise, but I know how to let them out, the same one by one way they got in there. I know that we are wonderful. I know that we forget how wonderful we are, but I know how to remember the next time I do. I know to open my eyes and to look right into you.